of Duty, that's more recent, right? Modern Warfare, where you are
I'd say
the
we're
character Ronin.
2 years into Call of Duty.
Two
Yeah.
years now. Okay, man, time flies. So tell us about that. I know I saw some of your postings where you had like that green suit. Was it like a green the
Yeah.
green suit on with the sensors all over it, and that's how they turned you into an animated character in that game, right?
Yeah, that's the motion capture.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty
how
cool.
they found me was, we continued to travel around America. So in between filming for the History Channel, Ruthie and I would continue to travel around America, continue to engineer and growing our company. But during this process, as our company grew, I was able to get a more professional team with me, video,
Mm.
right? More of a creative team, and I became almost because I worked in Hollywood, and so I started being in spec ops. What do? We observe,
Hmm.
right? And I sat back and I observed how the set ran. I observed the producer and the creative team and how everything started running and the angles of different cameras. And I started taking notes, and I came to a point where I'm like, okay, I have this ability to express myself through video and my movements and martial arts in this angle, but I want to film it in a more constructive, a more art, more creative, right? So some same like you're doing, Clint, right? So I got to that stage where I was able to hire on that crew. And we started doing a lot of hand-to-hand combat. I started doing, concealment draws with a blade, with a gun, my Kali movements to my JKD. So I really just wanted just to express who I am, as
Yeah.
an artist, as a human being. So I started posting out on my channels. And Infinity Ward emails us, right? And Ruthie's like, "You never believe it." And I'm like, "Well, who's Infinity Ward?" And I was like, "Who's Infinity Ward?" She said, "Call of Duty." And I'm like the game Call of Duty? And she's like, "Yeah, they want your movements, right? They want your martial arts." So we had a Zoom call with them and with their creative team, and they just wanted my movements. They're like, "Hey, you're not going to be anything on the game. You just want your movements." And I said, "Let me marinate on it for 24 hours." I always meditate on stuff, and I came back and I said, "Thank you for the offer, but we're not interested. Not just for our movements." Right. And
Hmm.
then I remember we went to San Francisco and we were doing close quarters combat training in this CQB maze. And they followed me on social media. So they asked us to fly from San Francisco straight to Hollywood. So we did. We flew out there. We met the team. They showed me and they showed me their facility. It's badass, right?
Yeah.
And they had like a security escort. I mean, it was like top secret shit, seriously. And think about that corporate level world, 20,
Yeah. Gaming. I mean, it's
I mean, I
multi-billion
think they're
dollar.
like
Yeah.
close to $30 billion. So
Crazy.
think about how secretive that. So I got to tour this secretive area, right? And and I was like, wow, it's so impressive. It is. It's so impressive. Like their creative team, and some Navy guys are working in there, helping develop the scenarios. So creative. And then the president of Infinity Ward came out and he introduced himself and he followed me. He was a fan of my philosophies and he looked at Ruthie and said, "How can we get two onto the game?" And Ruthie's like, "You want two lamb on the game?" And she is, then two lamb is Ronin.
Hmm.
And he's like, "Is that your brand?" And then Ruthie's like, "Everything's ours." And he's like, "Done deal." He looked at the lawyer. Done deal. Get two on the game. I
That's
want
great.
martial art movements, right? And get them on the game.
Yeah.
Man, it's been so amazing, right? To work with such a creative team. Motion capture, all my martial art movements, all the weaponry training from driving the gun to, how would we drop into a prone position? How would we scan the sector? Everything is real, right? And being able to work with the creative team and doing that in a motion capture studio was, man, what an experience. What an
Yeah. Yeah, that's super cool, man. And I think it's genius on their part grabbing real guys
Yeah.
because they also grabbed, what's his name down in Florida? That big freaking gorilla. What the hell's
Yeah.
his name?
I forgot his name.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, though, right? The guy
Yeah.
that
Yeah. And
he's
then
like,
they have Jade, and I think they grab Rudy.
yeah. They're grabbing real people who have real experience and putting them in. And I think that was the genius of it all. I thought that was cool. You're listening to Can You Survive This Podcast? Thanks for tuning in. Please make sure to subscribe, rate, and share on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite shows.